Yo, what's up? We're back again with the Twisted Society podcast, and today we got two members of the group known as Gun Club, known as Carnage, and Hotspot. I'm assuming is how you say it.
Hotspot.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yo, Gun Club, we in here, man.
Are you guys the entire Gun Club, or is there's two other members, isn't there?
So it's me, Carnage. I'm gonna refer to him as Tyler for most of the podcast, most likely. Ganta X, who's also a member of Somber Party, shout out Brand, Kid Carrillo, and Ghosty.
Oh shit. Okay, so there's five of you guys. Kid Korea. I feel like I've heard of him before. Or Carrillo. I feel like
Most
I've heard
likely,
of him.
yeah. He's and Young AP. I'm sorry, I can't believe I just missed
You
AP.
forgot AP?
I forgot AP, man. Heat of the moment.
Young
So the-
AP is the one that I collab with the most outside of Hotspot.
Okay, so it's kind of like a YNW, or sorry, no, a YBN situation where you guys are the main two, and then you got all the extras on there. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, me-
Hotspot, and Ghosty are the main three of Gun Club.
Yeah. So who's Namir, who's Almighty J, who's Corday, and who's Manny?
I mean, I'd say for the most part, I'm the top because I do a lot of the most organizing
Hey,
and promotion.
Calm down with that. Calm down. Okay.
Because
Me and Hotspot are equals.
Namir is the one who's like got the clout, and then Corday's the one with the talent. So it's like which is which.
Mm.
Come
I
on,
don't
you
know.
can't do that
We've-
to us, bro.
We've both learned a lot from each other about a lot of different aspects of music.
Yeah. So you guys just meet each other online, or is it like in real life type shit, or?
We
We're
had
meeting each other in real life for the first time in June.
Damn. Okay.
we had both been around the relatively same circles, like Somber Party, and if you know who Zealous Herd is, we were around them a lot, and we just ended up collaborating, and it just kind of stuck.
Okay. So I guess since there's two of you, how do you each start making music?
Thought I can go first.
He put you on the spot.
Oh wow.
I know, right?
Hotspot, are you cool with me saying your real name or no?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna be referring to Hotspot as Jake.
Okay.
Okay. I started music. I used to be like super into Suicide Boys, right? Like I just was a dick rider for him, a huge fan. I started going to shows of like them and affiliated artists like Xavier Wolf and Puya and shit. Fuck Puya, by the way. But,
Oh shit.
I wanted to get
Puya.
into, yeah, I wanted to get into like management because I wanted to like be in touch with these artists. I wanted to start managing.
Hmm.
And when I started to try and do that, I was just like, why can't I do this myself? You know? So I did it, and I started out, and I was really bad, and I stayed really bad for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I was an emo rapper for a while. Fuck that scene. And then
Hyperpop.
Oh.
and then now I'm here, and I'm pretty proud of the music I make today.
My bad. Okay. Go ahead.
So that was it. It's Jake's turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sweet. Growing up, I always had a music background. I was in orchestra, I was in band, jazz band. I did march for a little bit to play the drums. I had joined a small like punk band during high school. We just played in a garage. I played bass for them. And then I started being like a SoundCloud rapper around like sophomore year.
Yeah.
And I always went by like some electronically themed name because I was strangely into like EDM and like kind of more towards that side of music.
Mhm.
And so it would involve something with like plug, and then like I had like Wi-Fi, something with Wi-Fi's connection because I used to be a Wi-Fi fan.
Wi-Fi funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wi-Fi's funeral.
and then I
What?
why you gotta do, I didn't interrupt you, man.
Anyways.
But I did start around my junior year listening to more heavier music and even more like heavier metal music. So I was listening to a lot of like Kubla Khan, Unity, like hardcore bands, Knock Loose, everybody knows them. And then I was also found Zilla and City Morgue, and I had heard of like King a little bit. And it was also like just passing that Scream Rap, SoundCloud Point when it first started, Killybola, fucking Syringe. That's OG as fuck.
Oh yeah,
Not many people know about Syringe.
the SoundClick rapper. He's not even SoundCloud because he started before it.
Yeah, Syringe is OG as fuck. Shout out Syringe. But I just recently started going by Hotspot, making Scream, and then I've been branching out a little bit more lately.
Yeah.
And now it's got me where I am.
I like the name actually. I find it because it's like you said you went from Wi-Fi, but there's so many different like Wi-Fi names, but you're like your hotspot, so you're more like okay. I wouldn't notice that immediately because I was like, oh, hotspot. He's hot because he's like fucking from a volcano or some shit. But I find it cool that it's Wi-Fi related in a way. What
There's
you
always
say?
been some kind of electronic theme.
Yeah. What did you say about Wi-Fi Carnage?
Yeah, Hotspot has this alter ego, Wi-Fi's funeral.
Okay.
You might have heard of him.
Yeah, really just a like.
I feel like how many more years until people just don't even know who he is anymore? Like,
His recent shit, I like his recent shit. It reminds me of his like old SoundCloud music.
yeah, I liked one album that he put out. I forget what it was called, but it was like the more like downtrodden, like he said it was just like a compilation type of thing. I think it's him. I don't know, but it was a decent album, whatever what it was.
Oh, I didn't listen to the album. Fuck, I'm not caught up.
Damn, you just said you liked his recent stuff, Caffin. Damn.
I didn't even know he put out an album. Most of the time, it'll like come on like my radio. I use radio a lot on Spotify.
Oh yeah, it could.
Rhett's a really good song by him. That's not too recent though.
It could even been a couple years ago, to be honest with you. I don't even like. I feel like I don't even listen to new music so much because it's all like net spend and like you know what I mean. That's mainly.
I
the shit
hate
you
that
see.
side of the underground, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even listen to music like mainstream music in general. Like you can see my playlist. It's pinned to my Spotify. Shout out Gutter Sounds. It's me. Okay, the artists are like me, Hotspot, Young AP, Leprosy King, Undead Poppy, like Oni Ink's on there. It's a bunch of artists like Listenable. Shout out Listenable. He's on there too.
He's dope.
And
Listen
it's
to
just like a bunch of artists that I know personally. Like I can form a better connection with the music if I know the person personally.
Yeah, because then you can fit more into like this. I feel like that's the problem that a lot of artists have now with the whole mysterious type of aesthetic. It's like you can't relate to anything because like what is special about you? You're not showing any of yourself. So how am I supposed to latch on to anything? You guys find that too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my ins is clear right now because I'm trying to set a theme, but I don't really know what to go for yet.
You're what?
My ins is like empty as fuck right now because I'm trying to like find a theme.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get you. So you're like trying to rev up to like have like more of a show more of yourself in your music, but you don't really know how to approach it.
And then I'm gonna be performing a lot more soon, so I'm mostly want to have my feed be full of like performance footage and pictures.
That makes sense. Yeah. Did you guys happen to see somebody? I think it was King struck a nerve with saying that masked artists were corny. How do you feel about masked artists?
I think a mask can add a lot. Like I have a mask that I made personally, and even if your camera can pick up my picture, there's a little bit of my mask there. It's just a little balaclava. I put some spikes around it. And there's a skull on the forehead. I mean, but I don't make it like a personality. I do a lot showing my face. Even like if it's something as simple as like a fucking TikTok. I use TikTok to promote because it works. I think for an aesthetic reason, it's great. But if you make your whole thing trying to be like Batman, trying to like be mysterious as fuck, I think it's corny.
I think the same shit. I saw the stuff with like King. I think King was too aggressive with it. I do think that masks, they're cool. But if you are reliant on them as an artist, like as your image, then that, like Xanakin Skywalk, if you're reliant on a mask as your image, it immediately becomes corny. It becomes uncool.
Like,
another thing is faceless rappers, just in general. If you are being a faceless rapper, it screams to me insecure. It screams to me that you just, I don't know. It's
probably pitch down your vocals.
Yeah.
You probably pitch down your vocals. You're insecure about the way you look. Show your face. It's okay.
If you look at Gayo the Arsonist, like he has this gas mask look, and he's a very good artist. He makes super good music, but like he only shows his face really at concerts because you can't wear a gas mask and perform. That's just not happening.
Yeah. See,
But then somebody like Warlord Colossus, like, he's on and off with his mask, and he changes his mask. Kill Dill, he overdoes it. Like, you look at it, like, he just dropped a music video, Kamiata, fuck Kamiata, by the way.
oh no, why?
R.I.P.
He's a bitch.
You guys know him?
Bro.
It goes a little bit back.
It goes back, man. Fucking, like, Kill Dill, he did this music video, and he's moving everywhere. The song's good, too. But it's like, how are you, like, watching a music video, how into it can you be whenever, like, you're just looking at some guy's mask?
Like, it's so off-putting seeing him dance around, and then there's no mouth movement because it's covered with a mask.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, so he has, like, a full-on, like, not even the mouth hole out like Xanakin or Lil Toe. It's, like, full-on covered. Okay. Yeah. See,
shout out Lil Toe.
I feel like the mask, I have a completely different opinion on a masked and a faceless artist, because I feel like with the mask, the only problem with it now is, like, it's kind of overdone. But, like, there is an artist who I was talking to named 8 Corpses, and he has a mask, but it's like a specialty type one. You guys know him?
Yeah, I know him.
You don't like him?
He's cool.
Okay.
No, he's cool. I like him.
Good dude, man.
Yeah.
I just know what you're referring to is why I laughed. But he's cool. I like him.
Yeah, and I feel like that's, like, more unique because it's like, okay, there's actually something to it. And, like, I never thought Xanakin was corny, but now that I know that Lil Toe kind of, like, started that off, I'm like, okay, so it really is just kind of the same shit, but it's like an American. I feel like ski masks gotta go, But, like, if you can be more creative with the mask or wear something, like, really creative, could be a little bit different. But, like, yeah, it's like just putting on a black ski mask and being like, yo, I'm the craziest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's gotta end.
Like, I'll give Dill credit that he'll make a new mask every couple months. Like, he'll add, like, teeth to it or, like maybe, like, some spikes or whatever. Like, it's cool that he changes it up, but also, like, just not showing your face at all is, like, I don't know. I think it's just weird.
Basic black ski masks can go really hard in moderation. Like, if you are an artist that primarily shows your face, and then every once in a while you put on a black ski mask, I think that goes really hard.
Yeah.
870, he does it right. I've only ever seen him wear it, like, 3 times, but sometimes he'll have it rolled up on his head.
Yeah. I feel that about Stephen Cannon, if you know who that is.
Yeah.
He's not a scream rapper, but, like, he used to wear, like, these pink ski masks back in the day, and then every once in a while he'll like take a picture with him, like, oh shit, he's about to get back into, like, his, like, you know what I mean, his 2017 type shit. All right, I fuck with that because it's, like, nostalgic, but it's not overdone. Although
everybody wants 2017 back.
Did you see Xanakin changed his mask now, and now it's a black one?
No, I mean,
different colored mask.
Oh shit!
And if we can be honest, I mean, he started to fall off. Not fall off completely, but I mean, within the span of 6 months, he lost 500,000 monthly. How do you even do that, man?
Yeah, it's so. I still don't fully grasp the entire thing around him. It's so fucking weird, like with Boom Media and just like I don't even know how much I can say, but like I know when I did my video on him, it's like I know I got some people in trouble, surprisingly, and it's like, wow, you're that protective over your look, and it's like I don't know, it just came off as weird. He changed his whole Discord server after the video came out, deleted his Snapchat group chat. It's like, whoa, didn't think it was that serious. I didn't say anything bad about you. Apparently so. I guess he did. But it's like, as an artist, you don't want people to talk about you. Seems weird.
As an artist, you put yourself under the most powerful microscope ever.
My whole vibe is, if you know in your heart your own truth, then if somebody's speaking on a different truth, you shouldn't care. Like I know there's accusations about me out there. There's people that don't like me out there. There's people that fucking wish I was dead out there. But I know in my heart that either I am a good person, I have been a good person, or I wasn't a good person in the past and I have changed and I'm a good person now. I know my own truth, and anybody who knows their own truth shouldn't be afraid of talking about that.
Yeah. I see, because I feel like I come from it from a different perspective, because like I'm more new actually being involved in the underground, and it's like, to me, right, like I'm a little bit like older. I've been working like a normal job for like 5 years now, and it's just like, it's just funny when I see like these artists who it's like you look up to, and they got the drama that's like the epitome of like fighting in a Fortnite like Xbox group chat over like, that's my girl, no, that's my girl, like, oh, you're ugly, you're stinky, you stole my persona, and it's just like,
life.
What?
Fortnite is life.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't it seem like Maybe it's just me, but it's
I
like
get what you're saying.
compared to the real life shit, and I get that some people got like some serious shit that they can never be cool again, but it's like you find out why some people don't fuck with each other, and it's like, well, he's got like he started wearing a ski mask after I started wearing one, or like he got the same tattoo as me, or he started screaming after I. It's like, bro, who cares? Like,
I don't fuck with a lot of the drama in the scene. A lot of it's internet drama that doesn't matter. It's like, if it just doesn't matter. You're taking something too seriously that doesn't need to be taken seriously. And there's certain topics that do, and there's certain topics that need to be addressed in that serious light. But like, nobody cares that so and so was annoying to you or copied one of your cover arts back in 2020. Get over it.
he used the same artist as me. It's not fair.
Yeah, like, just get over it at that point. Like, it doesn't matter.
No, I agree, and it's like the worst part to me is that people can't even be entertaining with it anymore. Like, it's not even like I know people hated 6ix9ine, but at least like when he was in a beef, it was like, okay, I'm gonna like entertain the fan base with this, and it's not gonna be just like me in DMs or like just me like getting butthurt and being like, I don't like him. He would always try to like play into it, which of course became super toxic over time once he started dissing the dead. But like at a certain point, it was entertaining.
Bro, whenever he went on O Block at like 6 in the morning on live, bro, that shit was funny. He was funny. He was a good troll, man.
He used to be a really good artist.
He was,
like back
he was really hard when Zilla wrote for him, man.
Like back when Zilla wrote for him, he was one of the best trap metal artists.
I find it funny though that like everybody in the scene will say that, and I feel like that's almost the safe answer. It's like, well, he was hard when Zilla wrote for him, but it's like, are you guys gonna tell me you didn't like Gummo or Kuda or any of that shit either? Like,
Not really.
Newer stuff had maybe one or two that are okay, but in comparison to his old stuff, nothing hits.
man,
Like, he has this
000
one old song with Famous Dex, and that shit went so crazy. And Zilla wrote that song with Famous Dex, and that shit went hard, especially seeing Famous Dex doing like trap metal. That was crazy.
Say to
And then
Zero.
he went on to do the auto-tune shit.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, I'm trying to think because like I don't know, I'm not like a big 6ix9ine defender, but like Zilla didn't write that many songs for him. It was mostly Trife Drew writing his shit actually back in the day. But
Twisted, can I ask you something?
yeah,
If you were put in 6ix9ine's position, would you have snitched? Be honest.
oh yeah, I would have because I'm fucking
70 years?
Dude, I don't blame him for snitching. Like, I know like snitching is bad, but he had kids. He was facing 70 years. At some point, you got to think about your family. You know,
Yeah.
family over everything.
But and I do agree with that. But the thing about 6ix9ine at the same time is because I understand snitching a little bit better now that I have experienced how snitching actually has destroyed other people's lives and stuff. There was no reason he should have been in that situation in the first place. Because look at Trippie Redd. He's a Brim Blood or whatever. But the thing that 6ix9ine did that fucked himself up was he sent a hit at Chief Keef, and he was trying to get people robbed, and that's how he got himself actually. He could have just used them as window dressing and been fine, but he had to get himself involved. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Also, that was. Like I said, I'm like a disgruntled fan at this point, but like that was such a fucking excuse. I just want to see my daughter. He's not even around his daughter at all anymore. Like that was just a fucking feel bad for me. I got a daughter, you know, but he doesn't raise
I
her.
don't know.
A lot of people in the scene have daughter.
Yeah, apparently so. Do you know Ski Mask has one? What?
Yeah, Schemas.
A lot of people you wouldn't expect in this exact scene have daughters.
Yeah. Wow.
People that I've made songs with have kids.
I feel like you guys are like you're trying to like say some inside shit right now that I'm not privy to.
We get it.
Yeah,
we get it.
I figured it was something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that shit's. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's like NLE Chopper. What did he have, like a kid at 17 or something like that? Right when he was blowing up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that must have like. I never want to say like that must have sucked because you know having a kid is never a bad thing, but that must have been like, damn it, like you know, I'm just making it out. You know,
the hardest thing about having a kid, especially in this scene, like if you made like sing-songy music, like maybe like Ed Sheeran or whatever, like something like along those lines, and you had a kid, like that's no big deal. Like maybe that's even like pretty cool. But like take my like music or Tyler or Carnage, and like, you know, speaking about, you know, like we're very political in our music. You know, we'll say a lot about our opinions, how we feel about situations in the world. And then, like, you know, fucking at shows, or like, you know, if it's, God forbid, if you had like a drama or beef or an accusation, is even if you didn't do it, and now your kid in the future, you know, they're gonna know that you were an artist. They go back and they look at that, and, you know, like, what would they make of how you were, or how you even are, depending how young you are.
That's why
I know
I'm
people
proud
make
to
music
announce me
at
and
16 with a
Hotspot are
kid.
switching to country music.
I mean,
We're making a full switch to country music.
like I said, not to bring him up again, but like, I feel like we're really going to see the first ever effects of like people from this scene having kids, because I'm pretty sure 6ix9ine's daughter is the oldest of all of them. Once you see how she turns out, then it will probably set a precedent. Then it's probably like Adam 22's kid, like. But you guys are still at the point that you could probably cover it up and be like, oh, it was just something I did when I was young. You know what I mean? If like, but yeah, I get it. When you get to a certain point, you don't think so?
Like, I'm at, like, if you've gotten really any motion in music, right? Like I've done interviews before. I've put myself out there before. I'm gonna be on shows. I'm gonna be like forever posted to the internet. And my name is very easy. It's fucking 5 letters. You know, it's like,
yeah, but I feel like, how much are they going to hold that against you? Because it's like, you probably got like grandparents who killed people in like World War II and Vietnam and shit. You know what I mean? And we're not like, oh fuck, Grandpa did that. Like, you know what I mean? It eventually
you can't
becomes.
go on YouTube and watch footage of. Well, I guess you can go watch footage of a war, but not like a specific person. You know, if I had a kid fucking next year, and, you know, with how things are going for me musically, with how things are going for me musically, like, you know, I'm getting very big collabs. Like, you know, me and Carnage, we just finished an open for King. On the 3rd, I drop main artist with Oni Inc. Next month, I drop main artist Roma Johnson, Sadzilla. We're talking to Mako right now. I mean,
Sadzilla,
like, this,
yeah.
you know, so if I got to a certain size,
Let me clarify on that King thing. Deadeye is getting us on a song that he's also getting.
Deadeye, yeah, shout out Deadeye. He's a fucking legend.
Yeah. Still though, still dope.
Dope guy. I really like Deadeye. He's always
Fucking
been really cool.
legend.
So do you guys have
But
like?
yeah,
Oh, continue.
No, my bad. I was just gonna wrap up the fucking, like, if I had a kid and he saw like show footage of me being crazy, or like listening to my music, because that's also gonna be out there forever. You know, like even you, Twisted, you are in the eye of the internet, like, forever. Like, your face, everything that you've done,
Yeah.
your crutches, everything, forever.
That doesn't like
So be careful.
That doesn't worry me though, because it's like, the only thing is like, I feel like once I get to the point, it's like, I'm fine with being fully fucking in the internet, but it's like, I just want to get to the point where it's like, okay, like, you know, it's like when people cancel, it's like, oh, you're gonna lose your platform and blah blah blah, but it's like, you know, if you got like $1 million in the fucking bank or whatever, it's like, fucking cancel me. What's gonna happen to me? You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta be careful to push into the internet hard enough, but not, you know what I mean, fuck up your real life. But it's got to be tough. It is tough, I have to say. Like, I used to always see all these influencers be like, oh, they hate comments, bother, and I'd be like, shut the fuck up, pussy. But now I'm like, okay, I guess I do get it when like 12 people are telling you to kill yourself a day. It's like, yeah, I guess it does get to you. And for them, it's probably like 10,000. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've always kept the belief that being an artist, the hardest thing about it is keeping up an image, keeping up the online, just keeping up a presence in media. Because it's hard. It's mentally taxing. It's stressful.
Consistency.
It is so fucking stressful every
But
single
it's
day.
amazing.
And it's a job that you don't clock out of, because you're always, it's go and go and go.
I would never see music as a job.
But it's, at the end of the day, it's rewarding.
Yeah.
I know me and Hotspot are proud of ourselves. We're proud of Gun Club. And we couldn't have done that without all the hard work we put in.
You're going to say something, Hotspot?
Huh? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, it is very rewarding. Like, you know, even just on a sense, like, all the friends that you make, even though maybe 1 every 20 friends you'll make an enemy, but
yeah. But I even feel like
it's amazing.
culture as a whole is shifting. That it's like, even if it's, say, you guys were never artists or I was never a YouTuber, I feel like there's still going to be, no matter what, even if you tried to never touch the internet in your life, you would still have an online presence because so much is recorded. So much, you know what I mean? Like, you could just go to a restaurant, some Karen could be freaking out, like throwing shit around, and you're just in the back, like in a video, just like, oh fuck, goes viral. You know what I mean? Or, so it's like, I don't know. It's weird, right?
Yeah, no, it's very weird. Like, especially whenever people in your personal life, like I try and keep my art separate from like the artist. I don't know if you've ever heard that expression. Like,
Yeah,
keeping personal life out of it.
Usually when it comes to pedos, yeah, that's usually what people say. No, can I continue?
Well,
yeah.
No, like trying to keep like
What do you mean, well?
keeping my personal life out of it. Like, you know, I just want to be, you know, hotspot, and then I want to be me in my me time. But
Yeah.
now, you know, like I still work, like, you know, it's like a civilian job. But I've gotten to this very weird point where now all my coworkers, they know about my music, and some of them listen to them, or my family, like they know about me, and they're like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like, but well, my parents, they know I make music. I don't think they know like exactly how good I'm doing. I don't know if they know what good doing is with music, but
it is. Yeah, that is a weird thing, because it's like, I've had one guy at work be like, oh, I seen you're doing YouTube, but like you said, he doesn't really understand it. But that's one thing that I low-key kind of want, but also don't, for people to notice me in my day-to-day, because like, I don't know where you guys are from, but like where I'm from, it's like nothing is going on whatsoever. So it's like, even if I was a micro celebrity, I'd be like the biggest person from where I'm from, and I'm like, that's kind of scary. I don't want to be the biggest person.
That's where me and Hotspot have always kind of differentiated. Hotspot, he keeps himself different from Hotspot. Hotspot and Jake are two different people. Carnage and
most part.
me, we're the same dude. Carnage is a play on my last name. My real last name is Carney.
Carney, damn.
I tell everybody that I make music. My family has known for as long as I've been making it. I had a job interview. One of the main things we talked about was my music. It's a pivotal part of who I am.
Oh shit, really?
Like,
yeah.
Outside of music.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's very important. But, you know, I just make sure to make sure I have the difference in like what can be my space on the internet. Like, even having like, I don't anymore have a personal Instagram. I did for a little bit though, but it's gone now just because it started to like flood out, and I was like, okay, whatever. I just deleted it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I gotta say that's dope though, Carnage, that you're like that, because Bakery 11 said the same thing. He's like, when I started sharing my music on Facebook. I'm like, you got some fucking balls to share shit on Facebook where all your
especially
personal
just starting.
Yeah.
You gotta think, I was showing that off to my family back when it was dog shit.
Still is.
Dude. Fuck you. Fuck you, man.
No, I gotta say, I mean, that's I wish I could be like that. It's like, I want to be who I am at all times, and I guess like that's the coolest thing about, like, if you can make it, you could just be who you are. But it's like, I don't even know. It's like, I'm either like this, or in the real world, I'm just like a fucking robot. I'm just like, all right, gotta get out, get my fucking salmon and bananas at the grocery store, and we'll get the fuck home. Like, I don't even
Shopping list.
What? Yeah. Gotta get the protein, man.
If there's one thing that me and Hotspot share in that regard, the image that we put out online is our actual image. The image that we show of ourselves, we don't dress up for the camera. Hotspot, on his day-to-day, he wears the same punk pants, the same like cool ass hats, and he's working on a pair of punk pants for me. I carry a gun. I wear very political clothes. We do represent what we put out. We always have.
The political
I am exactly what I stand for.
The political thing is crazy too. What political leaning would you say that trap metal has? Is it like, I'm wondering.
think most of trap metal agrees on politics. Like, from like, you know, a lot of the community will recognize aggression against cops, like ACAB. But then other people from looking in, like maybe people from like a higher tax bracket who hadn't dealt with anything with police or even seen it in person, like they think it's like a fucking like a unicorn. It's not saying that every single, like, fucking if your dad was a cop, I'm not saying oh, your dad, yeah, he should fucking die. You have to be extreme in your points to get them across.
See, I am extreme. All cops are bastards. If you are listening to this, all cops are bastards, including your dad, including the cop
Fucking
that
dad.
saved your life when you were 12, including the
Lil
cop that your
Wayne.
family was friends with. Every single police officer that you know, regardless of how good of a person they may seem to you, is a bastard. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
And they are the government.
I can't even tell
Cop
if you're
is
joking or
The
not.
government.
I am not joking.
No, we
That
are
is my-
very serious.
That is my full stance. Any cop, regardless of how good of a person they may seem, they would still kick a homeless person off of a bench just because that's their job. They are still supporting a corrupt system because every good cop quit.
I mean, look at the protests that just happened. Like peaceful protests, just standing in the street out in what was it, California, and fucking I don't know where they're sending like tear gas and fucking rubber bullets at these people just holding signs, chanting, "This is democracy."
So what I'm hearing is Trump 2024.
No.
Yeah, totally, man.
Gun Club, we're working on merch. On the back of the shirt, it says "Only good cop is a dead cop."
Here,
These
do you
values
have
we
the thing to pull it up?
Yeah, I'll
Do a
send it.
little merch leak.
Ooh, I think you shared it in the group, right?
I did send it in the group earlier.
I'll DM it to you on Discord, Twisty, so you can. However, if you want to show it. Little
Yeah, I will go show it right now. Hopefully, we weren't looking at gay porn before. There we go.
Oh, we were.
Yeah, but luckily it didn't pop up.
Chatting about gay porn.
Hotspot is too, but I'm a little more vocal about it, like directly. I am a very politically opinionated person. This scene, it's politically neutral for the most part. There's certain things that we all agree on, and certain things we don't. But me, I am very vocal about what I politically believe, and you can listen to any of my music. You can go on my Instagram and go through my highlights. I am very, very vocal on the things.
Even the music that you're switching into, like Tyler is making a song just for it to be hard, and he's making it more like he wants it, like not like how Undead Poppy is, like always making sure he's putting a message in almost every lyric, and I try to do that.
Young AP have a song coming out called "Welcome to America," which is about the absolute awful state of America right now.
This is America.
Yeah, a very big thing I advocate for is that we are currently in we are the worst country with the worst drug epidemic in the world right now. And I mean, I talk about in that song, this is like the most heartfelt message I've ever put into a song. It was about a shop owner that I had known, and he got hooked on xylazine. And I had talked about how it took him down. He overdosed. He lost his store. He had a wife and a child that he left to run that store. Nobody else, dead in the streets.
I feel like the drug issue shouldn't even be like a political topic. I feel like it's just like it's the reality. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we can't even.
You'd be so surprised.
I have this song called Warzone with Young AP. The lyrics are, Warzone, goddamn where your gun's at, fall back, if you want to see your family again, you better call back, say goodbye to your friends, because they don't give a fuck if your life ends. He can't buy a pack of smokes, but he can go to war. He can die for his country, but he cannot buy a whore. He can take apart a gun, but he cannot
Is this
buy
a Genius interview?
And then he puts it to his head because he's...
That'd be awesome. I'd love to do that.
Basically, what I'm saying there is it's about the way that the United States military just like is so predatory towards young teenagers. I'm 20 years old. I can enlist in the military right now. I can go to war and kill people and die and have a gravestone on a military site. But I'm not able to go into a casino. I am not able to go into a gas station and buy some Pink Whitney.
Oh yeah, isn't it? It is 21 in America. That's so fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
21. Holy fuck. I was done drinking by 21. Like.
I was allowed to drive at 15 years old in New Jersey. Before
Really?
I could go buy a fucking vape. Yeah.
You can drive at 15 in New
Before
Jersey.
you could go
You can
buy
drive
like a
at 14
vape.
in most states.
What? Really? That's crazy. It's 16, I think,
With a
everywhere.
restricted license, yeah.
Huh. Canada is like, it seems like it's pretty well the same everywhere, except for Quebec, you can drink at 18, I think. But yeah, it's 19 here, which makes more sense. I feel like it makes sense. The legal drinking age makes sense that you'd be out of school. You know what I mean? So kids aren't just like fucking liquored up every day at school.
Yeah.
But as soon as you're out of that shit, it's like, go get a bottle, whatever. I don't know. But
Touching back
Est-ce
on
que
the
tu
drug,
parlais en français?
no.
touching back on the drug problem,
Québécois? Oh, fuck.
nobody speaks French, Jacob. Nobody.
He lives in Canada. It's like the closest to French
Not
that I can
everybody
get with
lives in
anybody
Quebec.
anymore.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
not
don't.
just
Anyway,
Quebec.
touching back on
At
the
least he
drug
doesn't have the
problem,
stupid Newfoundland accent.
I have a very controversial take on drugs. I think every drug should be legalized, and I think there should be government centers that treat and provide those drugs in a safe way.
Are you saying almost like how like red light district is?
More like I think it's Puerto Rico or Morocco, where every drug is legalized, and there are government centers that hand out those drugs, that provide those drugs for addicts. But on top of providing those drugs, providing help, support, and like pamphlets, and just like letting them know the dangers and letting them quit on their own. Because right now, most drug addicts that quit are quit because they're going to prison, which I don't think that's fair. I don't think somebody should make one choice, get addicted, and then go to prison for how many years. And I feel very strongly about this. I've told King this. I've told Hotspot this. My mom is going to prison tomorrow for a lot of charges involving drugs. And that I was raised around drugs. I was raised around drugs being dealt and done around me. And I've always been open about that. And I think that the way that America currently treats drug addicts is absolutely horrid.
It's disgusting. I mean, people who have never even thought about touching something, they'll be so quick, and that's like part of the problem. Like if you go look Las Vegas, they have the biggest issue in the world, and a lot of the homeless addicts they're living in the sewer system in Vegas, and the government's response is that now at least 3 times a day they put all of the water through these tunnel systems to try and literally flush them out. It's not even an exaggeration.
How do
a
you-
lot of them died during that.
Hey, were you guys watching? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, imagine if you made one wrong choice when you were 19 years old, and your entire life is ruined because of it. But what were you saying, Twisted?
I was gonna say, did you guys watch that dude's video who does all of those, where he goes to like the most crime-ridden cities and he went in those Las Vegas?
Brendan Buckingham?
No, it's a different dude who does it. I was wondering if that's what you were referring to, because I wanted to get your guys' opinion on him, because I feel like
Oh, what's his name? Oliveira? No, not Oliveira, man. He wears the hat and that blue fucking jacket.
yeah, that's who I'm talking about. You know who I mean?
Twisted,
The
let me
sex
show you
offender
something.
island.
Oh,
Let me show you something, Twisted. Join my screen share real quick.
yeah, I can see. Oh, watch stream. Hopefully this works. Okay, yeah. There's some fast typing. Holy fuck.
Yeah, they call me the fast
Chronically
type.
Online.
Call him
Somebody calls you.
Johnny Quick Fingers. Oh, he's got ad block on. You better not be watching my videos with that.
It's the only way
He
I
doesn't
can
watch your
listen for
videos.
an artist.
Folks, I'm Tommy G. Today, we're exploring the most dangerous part of Iowa.
I don't know who this white guy is, but he seems super G.
Isn't that stressful, dude?
He visits like really dangerous areas.
Get down dirty, we robbing, stealing, shooting.
Why? Yeah, that is actually what I think, to be honest with you.
That is exactly what I think.
That's what
Okay,
Darby
you
and
see
all of them
that?
said it was. Yeah.
You want to take a gander as to where I live in Iowa? Just a random guess.
Right there. Wait, you're in Iowa too? I didn't even know that. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
Iowa, not Idaho. Sorry, I got confused.
No, I live in Iowa. I live in this city, the most dangerous hood in Iowa City. The guy in this video, this guy, Whiny Bozo, I've talked to him. We were gonna work on music, but we didn't. But yeah, I really like these videos of like visiting like cool areas, and that Tyler Oliveira guy who like visited the
Tyler Oliveira, yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah, he's really sick.
See, that dude I don't like. The guy with the blue jacket, I feel like he makes it into a fucking joke. Like, he goes down there and he just kind of like makes fun of it, in my opinion. Like, he puts on a... What?
I was going to say, I think that, yeah, he makes it into a joke, and it's not a joke. Like, you know, a drug-ridden city's not a joke. a city that got torn apart by fucking construction causing cancer. That's not exactly a joke. But the thing is he has such a strong audience and such like eye-grabbing titles. But you gotta think a lot of people who are scrolling through YouTube, like fucking just eating something, you know,
Yeah,
like
they
they
are,
want to watch something entertaining.
and they are entertaining. But I just feel like it's like going down to like some really hard out black neighborhood with a bulletproof vest on, and then just like antagonizing people, and then like running behind your guide and just being like, huh. It's like I feel like that shit pisses me off. Where it's like, because I got friends like that
It
too. It's like
does.
I don't understand gang activity and why people join gangs, and gangs are just a scourge and blah blah blah. It's like I do understand why people join them, because it's like they come from a different
Well, yeah,
place in life than like obviously there's no gangs where I am, and this isn't like, hopefully this doesn't come off as political. I feel like this is just like accurate. It's like I see other YouTubers make videos about these certain gang rappers, and they're just like, oh yeah, they're the biggest killer. They're like, they dehumanize them, and it's like, well, they still have a mom, they still have a dad, they were still a baby at one
Yeah,
point.
they're somebody's child.
You have
Exactly.
to think a lot of people get into gangs because it's a family.
They
A
don't
lot
have
of
the
people come
family.
from-
Exactly.
A lot of people come from these really shitty areas, these really shitty upbringings, and as a result, they get affiliated with these gangs that bring them in and care for them in a way that they weren't before. Like, I'm not in a gang. I've never been in a gang. Nobody in my family is in a gang.
Gun club.
The only gang I rep is Gun Club.
Yeah.
But I'd be lying if I told you that I didn't know anybody who was gang affiliated. I'd be lying if I told you that I wasn't really close with some people who are. And I think it's like really disgusting when it's stigmatized, and like if you are in a gang,
it's
you're a
made
bad
cool.
person. When it's made cool too. It's because for a lot of people it's just a fact of life. It's just a way of living. It's
Yeah.
not something
Like
that's
there's some people
cool,
who
it's
don't
not
have a
something-
choice but to join.
Yeah. It's not something that's cool. It's not something that makes you a bad person. It is just something. There's nothing different about it. It shouldn't affect your view on a person.
Yeah, like because I was in like the kind of video game space before I started doing like rap stuff, and I remember I had buddies from that who were like, I can't believe you talk to all these real gangster guys. I'm like, they like video games too. They're, you know what I mean? Like they ain't just like,
People.
they didn't just put on like whatever, a red rag or a blue rag, and then they're just on the block 24/7. It's like people watch too many fucking movies. It's like they're still, and a lot of them are
Dude,
really
the amount of-
respectful too. Like,
The amount of like gangsters that are into video games is crazy. Like I'm not gonna call myself a gangster, but I'm about it, and I have a Nintendo 64. Like I fucking love Super Mario 64. I told you,
Dude,
this,
I'm a
really
fucking
into that.
nerd.
everybody
love
loves
soccer.
video games. I feel like it's not like strictly, you know, gatekeep type of shit, right? Like,
Like
I
I
mean-
don't know exactly what Hotspot's about, but I know I'm about a certain life. I know he's about something.
Come find out.
Yeah, you can go and find out with him. But but we're fucking nerds, man. We are fucking nerds. Like, you
Yeah, I
ask me
mean,
my
even look at
favorite
the
nerd, I'm
way
gonna tell
that
you
we talk about
Half-Life.
music.
I'm gonna tell you about Half-Life, man. I'm gonna tell you about these like 1990s video games that made me fall in love with a screen as a child.
yeah, no,
Laura
it's
Croft had really big tits, and she was hot as fuck. Like,
no, exactly. Like you can be in the fucking trap every day selling fucking cocaine, but when you're like, you know, there's nobody coming by, you're like, shit, I might just fire up the fucking Super Nintendo or something. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Even music, like I feel like a lot of people, like if you go look at fucking Daniel from the suburbs, he listens to Polo G or
Yeah.
you know, maybe like Kodak or some like affiliated rapper, and then he thinks like, oh man, this music's like really fucking cool. Or I live in the South, and there's a lot of like, I see a lot of the rednecks here in their fucking squatted fucking subwoofer 5150s. They're listening to like music about gangbanging.
oh,
Dude,
yeah.
And
Back when I was like absolute fucking mud, like, you know what I went and did? I went and played Tetris.
Yeah.
but music is so heavily involved in with like gangs now because it's such a good way to talk about how you feel. Like if a gang rapper talks about fucking how he had to do X and Y for, you know, his people, then that's very true stuff. Or even,
Yeah.
you know, in trap metal talking about just like your aggression like talking about what makes you upset, what you want to do about how you feel. Like your music is the only way to express that. And me and Carnage, we produce, and you can put a lot of emotion into producing. You can put your heart into a production. Nobody will know that, but that's your own thing. This especially, I mean, one of my very close friends, Scarlet Brides, he showed me a lot. Shout out, I love Scarlet. I love that dude to death.
Great guy.
And he showed me a lot about producing, and he'll make something out of the weirdest thing you'll ever see. Like he has a very strong opinion as well, and he found this like police footage of them raiding a house, like with a child in it and whatnot. And he took like the child's screams and made that into an 808. He's so fucking talented, and he gets his points across without even he's producing. He got his point across without even saying anything. And it's, music is very powerful. And that's why so many people do it. Even if you're horny and you make some sex music, whatever, like you're just getting at how you feel.
Yeah.
Listen, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you feel about people lying in their music? Just capping.
About like being in a gang and shit? Or like just about anything?
Just in general.
I feel like I'm not as strong on it as like, because I know King is always like saying that to me. He's like, man, I hate how everybody caps in their raps now. And I'm like, to be honest with you, it depends what the song is about. Because it's like, if you're just making like some fire like shit that you're not really wanting to listen to it too much, it's like, fuck it, whatever. If it sounds good, it sounds good. But if you're trying to like, I feel like it really comes down more to the persona. Because like, I know a lot of people got on, what's his name, Slim Jesus, for being like, I'm not a gangster, I just talk about it. You know what I mean?
Look at Lil
like,
Tecca, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't go to France, like, but I feel like that's when it's corny, when you're like, you rap about being gangster, then you pretend to be a gangster. You're just asking to get like slapped the fuck up. And that's why I always say, like, I'm not gang affiliated. I'm about as fucking tough as a fucking tissue with some snot on it that you could blow through. Like, if you want to beat me up, you definitely can. And I don't want no fucking smoke with anybody. Like, I'll say that.
Crutches.
Exactly. I'm on fucking crutches right now. I mean, I'll probably fight you back with the crutches, but I don't care. Like, I do say that I like now how I'm starting to notice more underground rappers talk about like actual shit, because it's like there's stuff to say about the underground besides just like, I feel like that's why so many people did not like My Bloody America, because it was just like they had absolutely nothing to say on that album. It was just like, I'm killing people, 40 bodies, 50 bodies, stack them in a well, you know what I mean, type shit.
Yeah, it was hard though. Fuck, that shit was hard.
Yeah, I liked it, but I'm just saying, like, do you remember any of the specific lyrics?
Message. That's where people lose shit all the time. Is being like, okay, like my fucking, like, if one of my coworkers come up to me, and he came up to me, is like, so what does, like, I think it was over my song Anti-Hero with Black Will. Shout out Black Will. He's a homie too.
Black Will?
He was like, so what is this song about? I was like, motherfucker, bro. What do you thought? Like, the song doesn't have to have. It's not like a tattoo. And even tattoos. I have some dumbass tattoos that I got literally on a whim within like a couple of hours of just deciding I wanted one. Like,
yeah.
Not every song has to have a meaning. You can make a song just because that shit's catchy. You know, like. No, I have never killed anybody, even though I've been like, I stomped that pussy. Yeah, if he like what, like if you're just feeling aggressive, like it's the way that you carry music. Like I am an aggressive person.
It's a way
I was
that
a
you
wrestler.
Your inner demons.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
I agree.
I can at least back up myself for the most part. You know, a wrestler, jiu-jitsu, and I'm going to be starting Muay Thai soon. So it's like I can at least back up the fact that I'm aggressive.
Yeah, I feel like
that's what carries it through. If you can back up what you're saying and mean it.
That's the case with a lot of people. Like how you said, I would be lying if I said that I've never capped in a lyric. Like I've never killed a person, man.
This motherfucker's never had 10 racks in his pocket.
I've never killed somebody. I've never had 10 racks in my pocket. Fuck, I don't got a car, bro. Like I don't swerve in a whip. No, I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
But what I don't lie about is the life that I live. Like, if anything, I am hard. I box. I had a childhood of that life. I think it becomes an issue when you start lying about like your entire life. When you say, I'm about this, I'm about that, I was raised from this, I was raised from that, I know this, I know that, and you don't, then
Then you
what are
most
you
likely
saying?
get called out.
Like, what are
Exactly.
you saying there?
I used to have like a fucking buddy who literally he rapped about exactly what he lived, and it was boring as fuck. It was like he would rap about being stoned in a fucking car, and I was like, wow, this is shit.
That's
Like, nobody wants to listen to music about being stoned in a car while they're stoned in a car, dude. They want to hear about some but the way that I feel about it is like, and it goes back to, I guess I didn't say how I felt about these no face artists who, I'm mysterious. Those motherfuckers want to have their cake and eat it too. They want all the money, all the attention, but they don't want any of the negatives. I don't want to be online. I don't want people talking about me, blah, blah, blah. But you want the money? At the end of the day,
yeah, I'm sick and tired of these people who, like, taking the advantages of a life they didn't live and, like, using it. Like,
yeah.
a lot of like, it goes with, like, emo rappers, too. Like, rapping about how you, like, went through everything, but you were raised in a, like, $120,000 house with 2 supportive parents.
Taylor Swift.
And a sister named Lily, you know?
2-income household.
Yeah. No,
like, when you're
yeah.
just stealing, you're stealing from other people's real struggles at that point, and I don't like that.
Yeah, and it's
That's
like,
why I don't like Hotspot music. He was raised in a $700,000 house.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Damn, he did the estimates. He ran them. He's probably going to try to buy your house when he gets famous,
I'm
and
on
then
Zillow right now. I'm on Zillow right now as we talk.
And then he's going to adopt you, and then that's just going to be a whole weird dichotomy. And then you'll be his kid.
You do that to him?
Probably not.
I can't adopt Hotspot. That'd be incest.
Wow. Jesus Christ. That's probably allowed. That's probably allowed to be said. I don't even know at this point.
Probably in Iowa.
Iowa? Yeah. I don't know anything about Iowa. You guys got too many I starting states. Idaho, Iowa, Ohio. Well, it doesn't start with an I, but it's like, damn.
Did you already run out of I states?
Iceland.
Iowa, Idaho, Ohio kind of counts because there's an I in there.
What I'm trying to say is I get those 3 confused, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know anything about Iowa. So
a lot of people do. There's not a lot in Iowa. There's a few places that have like significant importance, like either historically, politically, or in like culturally, but nothing that's like on a wide scale. The closest place to us that has like actual
Chicago
is Chicago.
Yeah. Well, I've just been like, don't take it from me because it's like I don't know much about any of these places. So I'm just like, from my videos, I'm like, okay, so Idaho's the potato place, and then I'm like, Ohio is where Little B and Trippie Redd and all the weird ass fucking like music comes from. So I'm like, that place is just
every
weird.
astronaut.
Oh really?
Almost every astronaut.
I guess they just wanted to get as far away from Ohio as they could, so they went to space. Is that why?
And then where you're from really affects, like, or I guess it doesn't affect the music too much, but it definitely affects who you interact with. Because like, I like being in the deep south. There's no trap metal out here. There's this guy Nooses. I've never talked to him personally, but I know of him because he's in my fans also like, and I see that he has a EP about the Carolinas. There's Brand. I don't know if you know who Brand is. He's not quite in your area, but he's until Wednesday. He's my roommate until I move, and like literally we're like the only fucking 3 trap metal artists in South Carolina that at least have built up a reputable name.
South Carolina,
or a somewhat reputable name. Yeah,
there's even less in Iowa. There's like 2.
And then like the scene closest to me would be Atlanta, but Atlanta's scene is mostly that like net spend auto-tune like bullshit that I don't like at all. So I have to go find like a very niche area. Like I'm performing at this skate shop in a month, or in 2 months exactly, and like it's a hardcore venue, and so like I have to kind of pick and choose where I can get an audience because there's nothing down here for this genre. Like hopefully I'm going to be going out to New York to perform with Dirty Butt soon, which will be very big for me. New York likes trap metal. Chicago likes trap metal the most. and
Yeah.
then parts of California,
Wait, where did you say you're from again?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
It's all the trap metal artists are always from those random states: Idaho, Iowa, South Carolina. Why aren't any of you from like Los Angeles or New York?
Where's Dirty Butt? Or not Dirty Butt. Yeah, where is Dirty Butt from?
I believe he's from California too.
Oh, well, where's NASCAR? Like,
NASCAR, he's a Carolina boy. He's from Charlotte.
yeah, so that's in the South?
Yeah.
Oh.
North Carolina is south. If that makes sense.
I don't even understand the yeah, because it's right by Florida. Because usually you can't tell people who are from like North Carolina
I'm
from
bordering Florida.
Yeah, you guys got just as many crazy people, but Florida gets the more because like yeah,
all of our state lines touch. Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. All of our state lines touch.
oh, that's why the band Florida Georgia line. Ah, okay. It's all starting to make sense now.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Florida has a nice scene though. They have some niche spots because most of them also listen to like actual just trap rap, not metal.
Hey now, name all of our provinces. I bet you can't. You can't get on me for not knowing all the states.
All provinces,
Vancouver
dude.
Island, Ontario, Quebec, Canada,
Newfoundland.
Alaska.
Yeah, that's all I got. Don't say Alaska.
But you keep saying Newfoundland. That's not too far from here. Actually,
That's the only other places I know. I worked with a guy from there, and he had the dumbest fucking accent I've ever heard.
oh yeah, they fucking. Oh yeah, I can't even see if I can even. Yeah, they always win the lottery too. It's always so annoying. They're in the commercials. They're like, "I went and I bought a boat," and it's like, "Good for you." Fuck. Hope you bought a boat to get the fuck away from Newfoundland. What? They really do talk like that. Yeah.
I know. I've been around that shit, dude. It's awful. You have a guy in a kitchen trying to like quickly read you off orders, and he sounds like that. It's awful.
Honestly, learn how to talk, the motherfucker.
And then, like living in the South, a lot of people have that just a super stereotypical accent that you hear in movies. And it's
like
it's
country
very
accent.
like weird to be around. Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird.
I
Like
said,
the Confederate flags everywhere.
Accent. Hotspots heard my mom's voice. My mom said it's a very country twang to it. They were raised. My mom's family was raised near, like down south in Missouri, near Memphis.
okay, yeah. Memphis, okay. Yeah.
Don't confuse them with states.
No, sorry. The one thing that really messed me up about America is like, so Atlanta is like the epicenter of like hip hop, but it's in like Georgia, which is in the Bible Belt, which is like where all the fucking racist people are. But like, you got to primarily.
If you go to Georgia, like Atlanta, Hartville, and Savannah, they're fine. They're very like progressive places. Like you go to Atlanta, you'd think you're in somewhere in New York. Like it's like the walls are all painted with like very nice looking murals. It's a very city. It's very walkable. But then you go to southern Georgia, and if you're not white enough, you'll get shot probably.
Damn.
Most places in America it's like most states are very country, very outskirts-ish, with like 1, 2, or 3 cities that are just like completely drenched in a completely different cloth, you know? Like New York City, it's that big city. Everywhere else is like farmland.
Yeah, New York is
That's
almost
why
all
there's such a big
farmland.
difference between New York State and New York City. People from New York State, upstate, that's like farmland. That's very suburban.
They're
That's
basically Canadian.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
basically Canadian.
Yeah, it's like right on the border. But
And that's how most states are, like very outskirts-ish with 1 or 2 big cities.
another thing that is confusing is that all the like racist people are down south, but it's like, well, shouldn't it be the opposite way around? Because like the more down south you get, the closer you are to Mexico. So it's like, how are all the racist people down
No,
there?
because they hate Mexicans.
Yeah, I guess, but it's like they should have grown up closer to them, so they should be more like. Maybe I don't know. That's just something I noticed.
A lot of people, especially where I live, because I live in South Carolina, which was the first state to succeed from the Union and try and be its own thing. Like people even still to this day like fly Confederate flags, saying that it's heritage, not hate or whatever. even though it's rooted in hate. I don't care what anybody says.
It's just hate.
It's
Yeah.
just hate. I mean,
seen
the Confederacy had like 20 battle flags, and they choose to fly the one that was mostly used for slavery. I mean, that's just
The
not a good
history
look,
behind
man.
the Confederate flag was like the flag like 2 generations before it was the Confederate flag in the like top left corner, and everything else was all white to symbolize white power.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen people
So-
in Canada fly that before. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
How does that? What does that have to do with that? I don't know. Shit is fucking weird here though too. So I guess
Even
yeah.
Texas was less southern than South Carolina because it's a lot more progressive over there.
Yeah, my cousins are like they live there, so but all I know about them is like they came down and they like did not give a fuck about COVID whatsoever. Like
Oh no, dude.
they were like, yeah, it got lifted in 2 weeks, and we're like, oh shit, okay. Like I guess you guys just don't give a fuck. But
No, they don't.
yeah,
It twisted.
But also, they don't travel much in Texas either. Like, I flew to Texas. I flew to Dallas. And we were like, oh man, what if we go drive to Austin? It was like a 6-hour drive. I was like, fuck, 6 hours and we're still in the same state.
holy fuck. What you say, Carnage?
Twisted. I want you to ask some deep cut questions that you would usually feel uncomfortable asking guests.
Aw.
I don't feel uncomfortable asking people anything, to be honest with you. I just kind of say
Ask
what's on my
us,
mind.
Like crazy shit.
Fucking. How old were you when you lost your virginity?
Okay, what? Okay, that's where your mind goes. I was 15.
You're the one who took it there, bro. What do you want me to ask you? Like, give me a field at least to ask the topic.
I don't know. Ask Jake about his piercings. Ask Jake about how big he is down there or something. I
See,
don't
you took
know.
it there too, so you don't even know.
What?
Okay, I can't blame you.
It all leads back there at the end of the day. No matter what did they say? Everything is about sex besides sex itself. Do you ever hear that before? They say
have
everything's
my
about
ribs pierced. I have my ears stretched.
your ears
The only
scratched.
thing you have stretched?
My ears stretched, yes.
It's the only thing. I can stretch something else for you.
Oh my god.
What made you want to scratch your ears? Like, was there somebody that you seen, or was it just something that you always were like thought it was cool when you saw it on
Oh,
other
well,
people?
I mean, both. I mean, I grew up. I listened to I did listen to mostly, and it started off with like My Chemical Romance. I was the hugest My Chem fan when I was younger.
Dude, MCR.
MCR. I had. That's not MCR.
Isn't that Panic at the
Yeah, I was a
Disco?
huge fan of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
That is Panic. Yeah, I was really into that genre of music, and then it progressively got heavier. And I remember, I would see these bands' footage, and they would all Will Ramos. He's like an amazing vocalist. He's probably one of the best vocalists ever of all time, and I'll stand by that. And he has these huge fucking ears, and I was like, oh my god, that's sick. And then but nobody else down south really has them. People really down here, I get frowned upon very, very often because of I wear pants with these kind of more political patches, spikes, chains hanging off of them. I have half my hair is dyed fucking gray. I have stretched ears. I had my septum. I have my bridge pierced. I used to paint my nails a lot more.
Oh, that's
And,
controversial.
people are very judgmental down here.
Wait, bro, are you gay?
But also you gotta stand out.
Yeah.
You guys think punk is dead?
No.
No.
Punk-
Punk should be more alive than ever.
Punk is a
In
mindset.
the
It is
climate that we're in.
Punk is a mindset. It is a way that you are. It can't really die as long as there's you. As long as you embody it.
I'm very open about my punk beliefs.
I'm trying
And
to,
a big thing with people being online all the time is they see other punk people and they'll listen to their opinion on something, or they'll see even how they fucking dress, and they'll be like, oh, you're not a punk. Oh, punks do this. Oh, they're left-handed. or like I don't know, they have like the dumbest fucking points I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, there's
And
so
then
much
even down to
gatekeeping.
like the pants, because of I really do blame a lot of it on Zillakami and Sosmula, because like you see the pants that they wear, the patch pants, and people will see that and be like, "Oh, patch pants, yeah, that's pretty cool," and they are cool. Don't get me wrong, they're cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And people will see that, and then they'll look at patch pants, and then they'll find themselves in the punk community, because crust pants originated with punks putting opinions on their pants, like repairing their pants because they can't afford a new pair of fucking jeans because they're working class and need to scrape their dollars.
Hmm.
So they keep sewing their pants because it's the only pair that they got.
I have to say, like it's like almost mind blowing to even think of like how I don't want to say like how big Zilla is, but it's like how much I hear people talk about him, like the influence on this scene, because it's like I feel like it has something to do with like, do you guys kind of believe like there's the death of the middle class of musicians, that there's no like kind of
100%.
popping artist anymore, like ever since probably around 2021. It's either you got like just the underground dudes or like the mega popular Drakes, Taylor Swifts, like Lil Yachty, like
You're either nothing, you're known level underground, or you're big. I mean, I'd say most people, and I'm not going to count the fucking botters, the fucking Rakdos. I'm not going to count anybody like that. But
Fuck Rakdos. I don't
fuck
agree with
Rack.
that, though. I don't agree. I think there's plenty of artists that have made it to that like middle point, like Sinister, Oni Inc. They all started around 2021, so they grew up in that era past that. Sinister, Oni Inc., Mako, fucking Sadzilla even.
I think once you don't have to worry about a job, you have made it. Like, I still have to work, and like I have to work almost every single day to make the music that I love to make, and I'll make money off of music too, and I still have to work.
Yeah.
So it's like I think if you can live off of your music, I'd say you've made it. Like,
but I feel like even everybody you name, not to take anything away from them, but it's like I feel like there's such a different perspective, because to me, like in where I'm from and like just in the general DJ academics, Instagram, hip hop world, Zilla is like, people around here will go around and be like, I know about City Morgue, I know about underground music, and that's their level. They
because
might
it's not mainstream.
They might know Suicide Boys. They, if you're lucky, they might know Ghostbane, and like, but people don't know, like, you know what I mean? But people back in the day used to know Pump, Trippy, 6ix9ine, Yachty, fucking Kodak, 21. You know what I mean? And they were signed artists. They were big, but they weren't like the Drake Colossus, like fucking 500,000 album sales when they drop. And I feel like all those artists have either fallen off or just like, you know what I mean? So now it's like, how do you even quantify somebody's clout anymore? Because everybody in this scene treats Zilla like a god. Everybody from where I'm around barely knows who Zilla is. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I feel like the average person on the screen,
eat and learn a lot more about people as you make music. Like if I didn't know what I know about music, if I started fresh tomorrow, and if I only had my base knowledge, I'd have nothing. I'd have no idea. Like, okay, I'll post on SoundCloud and I'll make an Instagram and I'll follow fucking 500 people and see what happens. And then no matter what, you're always going to get the same result as somebody who's been around for as long as I have, or even somebody like Zell. And you're going to follow the right fucking person. The right fucking person is going to see something. And then now you've started this. Now you've gotten on this spider web. I always refer to everything either in like a corkboard sense or a spider web, because there's a million. No, not really. I would group the underground. Excuse me. I would group it into around like 4 to 5 different areas. I would say if you go into the scream area, there is your more necro electronic seeming people. Like maybe I could even throw Leprosy in there because he does a lot more electric, more distorted sounds.
Yeah.
So like maybe we can put Leprosy in that corner, and then somebody with more metal influence, like Oni Inc., he does more metal style vocals. He'll be in another corner. Zell, who does more rap focused and multi-genre, like with scream funk and whatnot, he's in his corner. Like there's big dogs to every corner, and then everything will go into a mainstream person. Like Scarlord, I would say that he's teetering. He's dropped down a little bit, but he's teetered mainstream for a while in screaming.
Corpse too,
which is very hard.
Who? Quotes?
Corpse, like Corpse Husband, like the choke me like you ate me, but you love me. He's
Oh
pretty
yeah.
mainstream too by now.
Yeah, I can't even give my opinion on Scarlord to be honest with you, but like I that blew my mind too. That like he was so worshipped in this scene as well because I it's perfect that you said corpse husband because that's always what I've equated him to, like a YouTuber who kind of tried to be an artist, you know, not to
Yeah.
like. And I'm really like trying as I don't know the guy, I don't know anything about his come up like that, but I was always like, damn, this guy like he's I don't. He's so corny, you know what I mean? That's always kind of what I felt. I was pissed when Trippy put him on the album with Zilla. I was like, man, they're putting this guy, but like, I
Hmm.
guess I just didn't. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I'm not saying his music is bad or like anybody should dislike him because of that. But I was always like, he felt like he was just like, I don't know, like it wasn't genuine. Like it was too clean. You get me? Where Zilla was like,
Hmm.
but
There wasn't real punk in there. It didn't feel punk.
mm,
He
Like-
has some messages.
it felt very like performative. Like he just put it on, I guess. But like,
Zilla has influenced this underground beyond a lot of people's comprehension. Like Tyler loves to rap over anything that sounds Zilla-comy. Young Rare, even though I know it's fuck Young Rare, he's just an example with his music. King is on the guitar beats. Young AP, he uses them all the time. Everybody, even I've made some Zilla-comy sounding beats because they're very easy to get your aggressive sound on. They just work so well. You get a distorted, fucking, you do like a little 3-chord progression, distort it, and then now it's an even easier, 808 drum kick pattern that you can make around that because it's so like that's going to be the main flavor in your beat. And it's
Yeah.
so straightforward with an aggressive sound because you don't need to know how to scream to go on a Zilla-comy beat. Like I have genuine screaming technique, and I'm not great. I'm not saying I'm great, but the way that I scream is I use actual like technique. Brand Oni Inc. People who like can
Okay,
hold
I'm gonna
real like fry
intervene.
screams.
I'm gonna be honest. I do think if you do not have proper screaming technique on a Zilla-comy type beat, it's gonna sound bad.
I've
Yeah, people who anybody can just go like, oh yeah, like they can destroy the voice. Like it's just not gonna sound good.
Like I've never heard a artist that doesn't know proper screaming technique that sounds good while screaming.
I have a second very controversial opinion. I think that Thrax has set this genre back about 3 years' time by the overuse of his beats. I am
Yeah.
fucking sick and tired of them, to be honest with you. Like,
I am too.
they're Thrax, nothing against them, but the overuse of them, they're so fucking done out. And I feel like that's why this genre is seen as like, it's a 2018 type of thing. Like when X and Zilla were really popping off, it's because people haven't evolved onto different styles of beats and they're still like I get it. It was fucking dope. Those first few Zilla-comy like 33rd Black Glass and
33rd
like
Flag Glass.
Skatehead, all that shit. It was super cool, but it's like I just feel like so many people have not been able to leave that behind. They're still splicing anime into their videos. They're still like, and it's like,
Would this be a bad time to promote my song Double Back produced by Thrax? Like I should go stream Double Backs
I
brought by
think-
Thrax.
it's still dope to
It's
get a
less of
producer
like
credit.
everybody
though.
being. Oh yeah, no, it's big, but it's less of people being set back, and it's people who are way too comfortable in their sound. Like, I think people need to branch out. They need to
Me
go
and
do
Jake
something
were
else.
talking about this earlier. I am a very versatile artist. I can hop on just about any beat, from country type beats, hyper pop, fucking anything. I can do it, and I have done it. I've been experimenting. I've done it. I just like the way guitar trap metal beats sound, so I hop on them a lot. I don't listen to a lot of Zilla-comy. I've listened to quite a few of his songs just from being shown them, and like I like the music videos. But the amount of songs that I've like listened to that I remember from Zilla-comy, I could count on one hand. I could count on half of one hand, and I think there's like 3.
Yeah.
But I just really like the guitar trap metal beats. They strike a nerve with me that other type beats don't.
But when somebody goes through your discography as an artist, and if all they see is all these 4 songs I'm not saying they sound the same, but these 4 songs have all been the same idea, then then maybe you're only gonna be like 0x thrash, and you're only gonna have 2 songs that do good, and everybody else is expecting the same thing out of you, and now you put yourself in a bubble.
0, damn.
In my opinion, like, a lot of people will take it as like, oh, you're a clone of this person. If people want to think of me as a clone of Zilla, Kami, King, blah blah blah, and any of these people, they can. I don't care. I know I'm not, so it doesn't bother me if they think that. I know that I'm original. I know that I'm me. And if people want to like think that everything sounds the same, then sure. I mean, if it does, it does.
It's crazy.
I have my own sound.
Yeah. The other day, I literally seen somebody like Scream Rap post something from Cutthroat Crew, and somebody in the comments literally said like, "This is a clone of Sosamula." I was like, if you think that Cutthroat Crew sounds like Sosamula, I don't know what's wrong with you, bro. I'm not saying he's the best artist to ever live, but it's like, in what world do they sound anything sleazy versus fucking somebody
I don't like it when an artist is like jumping around genres or jumping around experimenting. I like it when an artist, for the most part, like all of their music sounds the same. Like, I've been pretty open. I really like Young Rare's music. He's been using guitar trap metal beats since for years. He and I really like that. I like that consistency. That means that, like, say it was another artist that I actively listened to, I could hop into any song and know that I like it. I don't have to worry about experimentation.
Yeah, and
that's how I manage my own music. I can experiment. I don't want to.
Yeah, and I've even said that about Young Rare. I've even said that about Young Rare to King. That's what's so frustrating about the guy, is because it's like he does have a unique aesthetic, and like the music is kind of interesting, and the cover is, and it's like, and him and King look dope together when he had the purple dreads and King had the yellow dreads, and it's like
their song. I forgot what song it was on SoundCloud. They have together. That shit. It's hard. It's a hard song.
It's like, why you have to go and be a fucking diddler, dude? Like, you know what I mean? It is frustrating. Because it's like young goth, it's like, okay, he's a pedo, nothing of value is lost because the music is fucking dog shit anyways. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, it's like Rare, come on, dude. Like, you, same with Tokyo. It's like, bro, Tokyo. You were so close, dog.
He would have went mainstream.
Exactly.
I've said this before. I'm kind of a Young Rare clone. Like, my music is very similar to his because I took a lot of inspiration from him. And my goal, and I've said this to you, Twisted, I want to be Young Rare. I want to take that image that he has. I want to take that for myself.
Well,
I want to be Young Rare, but I want to, okay, not the pedophile part. Yeah. I want to be Young Rare, but better. I want to be Young Rare, but a good person. I want to be a Young Rare that people can support, you know?
I have a idea to give you that I think would be dope if you're down for it. So I watched that fucking, what was it called? Fubar fucking shit. Music video that he put out. And I was like, he fucked up because he's like a tubby little fucker and he's like dancing around in a ski mask and his fat rolls are like smacking off his knees. But like, you know, I think it would be super dope if a trap metal artist shot a music video like it was a live leak video. You guys get what I mean?
Oh, that's
it'd be super sick.
Like if somebody was like, it's like
dirty camera footage type shit.
Yeah, like, and put at the start like, this was found on blah blah blah, uploaded by a different party, and then just be like, yeah, dirty footage. You're not really in the main frame. Like you're going and fucking like showing a bunch of war footage and killing people. Like, you know what I mean? But just make it seem like it's real, and then people would be like, they would talk about it. And I feel like that's what Rare's trying to go for in a somewhat of a way. But it's like that really overblown, like overly political, like, you know, I'm going to put the Liberty Bird and like the eagle flying, like, you know, but it's like, no, I feel like if you went full live leak, that would be fucking amazing. Yeah, so if you want to take that idea.
On a lesser than music video scale, I do that. I post gore. You can go onto my Instagram right now. You can go through my highlights. You will see gore. You will see pictures of military people dead in the war field. You will see videos of people getting beaten to death by cops. Or not to death, but being pretty close by cops. You will see gore if you go on my profile. I am very into that extreme politicization.
Yeah,
and I want to be able to do stuff like that.
I think that can be dope too, and that can work if it's like, I don't know how to say it, but it's like tasteful gore. Because like, I have to say, like, I hate that we're even talking about him right now, but like, fucking, that's where I think that it's so like delicate that like you teeter on the line of like, that's fucking dope to like, that's overblown and you're like acting like Sonic with fucking blood on his face from Sonic fucking, you know what I'm talking about?
Did you ever
EXE.
watch that old Scarlord music video? Earth is a Place on Hell,
No.
or Earth is a Place in Hell. So that music video was probably one of my first. Like I remember, like that shit got burned in my mind back from like what was that, like 2017, dude. He has this music video, and the whole song is pretty much how everybody's corrupt. Everybody has their own corruption, and everybody's a piece of shit. And the whole time through that video, it was cutting between him and this like super cool area. He was in some abandoned factory, and it was showing like live leak clips. And the video got taken down. Like you can't. It'd be very hard to find. Video got taken down.
You should join my screen
but-
share.
But it was like fucking people, like police beating on people like really bad. There was a guy like fucking.
How do I
They
get out
showed a
of
guy
here?
beating a dog with a shovel. Like he was showing like people doing some fucked up shit. I was like, oh my god. Like that music was like burning. Like it was gory. It was a lot. And he had like his lyrics like flashing violently at you on the screen, and he did that right. But it
Yeah.
got taken down because it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I agree. Like that's what I fuck with. I feel like, and even like that's a very important thing about your SoundCloud is you want each song to be distinct and like be a lot of color variety for people to look at. And I've told Leprosy that before. Like, I said like, you know, all the green is definitely a very like noticeable look, but like all the green is almost too much. Your eyes can't focus on one particular thing.
Lep is just a noticeable looking person, man.
But
Shout out Lep. Me and Hotspot, the thing we just recorded for Deadeye, hopefully getting key on. Lep was on that too. I
Yeah.
love Lep. He's a great guy.
You
Yeah.
wanna show him the whip,
But what?
the work in progress, the file,
work in progress. Oh, okay, the whip. Never heard that before, but no.
WIP, whatever.
But that shit. Anyways, the point I was trying to get to, that song that he has where it's the girl with her fucking braces and her teeth ripped out. It's like that.
Yeah.
To me, that's
Yeah.
too much. That's like just edgy fucking like, look at me, I'm fucking Sonic with a knife. To me, but
Yeah.
some of the other
No,
stuff
you can
still,
absolutely go too far.
definitely. Okay.
But I think as long as you're conveying your message is what's like really important.
Yeah, if you have a reason for it, and it's not just like, look
Like- You're saying people are shit. Don't show like some random fucking like ISIS video. Like show like somebody being a bad person.
yeah, exactly. Like just for the factor of it, because then it becomes like white noise when there's too much of it. All right, let's hear the
Okay.
snippet before we close out the interview.
I'll play just our parts because I'm not gonna leak everybody else. Just us.
We're gonna get a copyright strike from Leprosy's Enterprise, Glitchcore Records.
Is he signed?
No.
Oh. We cannot hear it.
It hasn't started yet, I don't think. Okay, no, we
it
cannot
hasn't.
hear it.
It's- Tyler,
Can't hear it.
change your
I know
audio.
why. I know why.
Cricket noises. Oh no.
Good snippet, dude. Good fucking snippet.
He's choking. No.
He's joking. How?
Now everybody joking now. Can you hear this?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
You kill me, look me dead in the eyes. Shouting out for help when I'm close to my demise. Look me in my face and tell me that you wanna fight back. Like you got a little kid. Yeah, you can scare me. I am not a big gun. I don't need a thing.
Club? What club?
Always loaded on a stick. Do not try and talk to me because you ain't from the shit. I went from the streets to the burbs and then back. Now I ride around in burbs with an eagle in my lap. That's a broken bottle swing. Gotta take it up, empty it out, and then and now you rattling. Just give me my percent. And then we got it.
That's us.
Nice. I think I heard a little lep at the start, but
You heard a little lep.
It's a hug.
Hopefully you don't.
A little bit of lep.
let it slide.
A little bit of lep.
A little bit of leprosy, so that's all right. You know, as long as you don't get too much of it.
What do y'all think of the bar? Maybe y'all didn't catch it. That's rare. That's rare. How you touching on little kids, but you think that you can scare me?
Damn.
That's a diss.
Do you guys get me in Riot? Fucking what'd I say? Sound like Zilla off-brand. Daddy do the can.
Yeah, I heard that.
His dad's a. Not that I'm against it, but his dad's a cross-dresser and shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. The pedophile shit. That's something you can hit on hard, but there's so much other weird shit about Rare that you could just like dig into, like him leaving his poopy drawers around the fucking house and his girlfriend having to dig them out and shit. Like,
Oh,
yeah. Anyways,
See, for me,
I'm
that's
only
actually,
just now
that's
finding
a
out about it.
plus for me. That's a pro for me.
yeah.
Dirty drawers.
Yeah, it's the real dirty butt, really, honestly. I told her, I was like, that's so fun. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt, except for like you just can't eat the chocolate.
Well, you can. It might not taste the best.
You can. I guess you could do anything though. So, anyone you guys want to shout out before we
oh man,
wrap it?
Gun Club, man, Young AP, Kid Carrillo, Ghosty, Caden. I love you, dog. I wish he could have been here, but he just moved and he doesn't have a setup right now. Or I would have had him on here. I would have told him to get his ass on. Just Gun Club. Shout out Batsy. He's a homie. Everybody in Somber Party. Brand, Ganta. Oh, Ganta's also in Gun Club. Yeah, shout out him. Okay. And fuck Kamiata. That's all. That's all.
How about you, Carnage? Same.
Shout out Gun Club. I don't really like to like publicly like throw out everybody that I'm like close with, who I associate with on a deeper level. So I'm not gonna say specific names, but if you're listening to this, if you know who you are and we've talked and we're friends, shout out to you. I am happy for every friendship I've made.
Fuck Ali. Personal. They'll watch it though.
Moving past that,
Ali Voorhees? No, I'm just kidding.
I am extremely grateful for everybody that's come along with this music thing. Some of the people that I'm not afraid to like say, or I'm not like, I have no issue with saying, Gun Club. Those are my dogs. Everybody in Gun Club, you are all fucking amazing, man. And every friend I've made along this way, whether it's somebody that I don't talk to really that much anymore, or somebody that I talk to every single day, I am very appreciative of every connection I've made. And on top of that, shout out to my mom. She's going to prison tomorrow. And I'm not gonna
Shout out Mama Carnage.
She's already left. I'm not gonna see her for another year or two. Shout out her. I would not be the man I am today without her. Shout out my dad. We didn't have a good relationship for a long time, but he's helped me and I've helped him. Shout out to both of my uncles. Shout out to my family, because you only get one of those, and I think I've gotten a pretty good one.
Yeah. Free Mama Carnage for sure. For sure.
Free
Live,
Mama
laugh,
Carnage.
love ass ending.
What? You sure we
Live,
did?
laugh, love's ending.
Yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys for coming out, and hopefully at some point
Appreciate you.
we can do another one where we got some of the other members on too to flesh
Yeah,
out
I'd
the.
love to do like a
That would be
Gun Club,
fun,
straight up
dude.
Gun Club interview.
Well, 6 of you guys, that'd be
Yeah,
chaos.
I'm gonna be a lot more available around mid-May. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a studio, like a professional stretch. I'm gonna have a proper studio built. My own like really nice space. I'll be available for anything you need.
All right. Awesome. Appreciate you.